Hey everyone, and happy hump day. Welcome to Step by Step Transformations. I pray all is well in your respective worlds and that your week is going is going well so far. Today is Wednesday, so we're halfway through. For some of us, it's a short week because Monday was a holiday. And so we are in the fall season, or I'm sorry, we're at the end of summer season heading into fall. And so we should start seeing, cool down in temperatures, beginning to see the leaves change and all those beautiful things. And so gifts from God is what I like to call them. Um, Today, I will be ending my topic or series, I guess, for the last 2 weeks on, stopping to overthinking and, how that's actually impacting, you achieving your goals, walking in your purpose, living your life. And so today, what I want to do is talk about the role of, mindfulness, a little bit of what it is, and then also give you some tools to help you to control your thoughts instead of allowing them to control you. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. Hey, so before we dive right in, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Natalie, and I'm a Christian life coach. I work with working women like you to accomplish the goals that you actually care about. I show you how to get back on track, set your dream goals, and reach those goals by developing the laser focused and direct impact steps that will get you there. We work together using my customized signature coaching process and action plan. So, this is who I am. Feel free to reach out if you're ready to get from where you are to where you want to be. Thank you. All right, so welcome back. So on Monday, I introduced you to meditation and the power, and gave you some, example, basically walking you through, what meditation could look like, actual practice. So hopefully you've had an opportunity to put it into practice and to start. Remember, for most, it's not going to make sense initially. So you have to continue to practice in order to see um, how it actually benefits you. But if you want to take, things to the next level, as far as transforming your mind, transforming your thoughts, then, I think we want to look at incorporating mindfulness. So sit back and, let's, take some notes and learn a little bit about how mindfulness is going to help you as you are trying to navigate, overthinking in your mind. So if you want to change your life for the better, then then the answer most likely does not lie with changing things around you. More likely you probably won't be able to. So let's be honest about that. So this is the first mistake many of us tend to make. We think that we are unhappy because we don't have enough stuff, or because we aren't successful enough. Maybe we blame our partners, our health, our looks, etc., etc., etc. But guess what? None of those things will make you happy and fulfilled. This isn't just an empty platitude either. It's a scientific fact based on research. The truth is that even huge life changes don't alter our mood that much. So I'll share with you a study that researchers they use to test in order to measure the happiness of participants immediately after winning the lottery, and also immediately after losing a limb. So as you can imagine, the first group is typically much happier. But then the researchers will follow up with the same test conducted again years later. And this time they find that both groups have settled and have roughly equal happiness. So this is what psychologists and sociologists refer to as the hedonistic treadmill, or hedonistic, actually is how you pronounce that, sorry. The notion is that there is a kind of baseline of minor dissatisfaction that is normal for humans. We always return to this state because that is what our evolutionary history has mandated. It doesn't make any sense to be miserable to the point of being frozen. That won't help your survival. But likewise, it also doesn't make any sense to be extremely happy. If you were extremely happy and content all the time, then that would be the point in chasing, then what would be the point in chasing after your goals or improving your situation at all? Frankly speaking, there will be no need to change. We don't grow when we're constantly comfortable and happy. If you haven't heard that before, or if you have, I'm reminding you or introducing you to that. It is our slight dissatisfaction that has motivated mankind throughout the ages to achieve so much and to grow and develop. So, in short, that itch is hardwired into us. It's an evolutionary legacy. So, how can you ever be happy? Well, several schools of thought have identified that the key to happiness in this case is not to change the things in your life, but rather to change the way you think about those things. Change the way you appreciate them. This is the concept behind Stoicism, for instance, which teaches that we should stop trying to make a perfect world and instead become better at accepting the world we are presented with. And it's also true of mindfulness, though in this case it's a little more positive. So how can changing the way you view a situation change how happy you are? It's a little like being the half glass full kind of person and simply choosing to see the good in any situation. So being optimistic, for some, that is really even difficult for those of us who are realists. Sometimes it's good to, kind of see the glass half full. So, or put it another way, imagine that you're in a beautiful natural location. That's a babbling stream nearby, a cool breeze, an amazing array of mountains and waterfalls in the distance, or it can be a beach. You'd be pretty calm, am I right? Whatever that situation is. But what if there was a lion waiting in the bush just nearby? Suddenly, that same situation becomes far more sinister and far less relaxing. The problem is when you imagine lions that aren't there. And we do this all the time. And when that possibility of a lion is all you think about, it's something that can prevent you from being happy. So the idea of mindfulness then is to become aware of what you're thinking and then choose what you're going to focus on and how you're going to operate. Okay? So we've touched on, talked about mindfulness. And so now what I want to do is move into helping you to control your thoughts instead of allowing them to control you. Okay? So another way, of course, to tackle overthinking is at the source by challenging those thoughts themselves. So when you are trapped in a cycle of overthinking, you are by definition not thinking logically or usefully. That is just in the moment. That doesn't describe who you are all the time. It's just, characterizing the behavior. Please make sure you're clear on the difference. There are a variety of techniques you can use to challenge your thinking and help yourself move forward. So the first technique we want to talk about is becoming aware of your thoughts. Often we treat our thoughts as facts when they aren't. They are just ideas that arise in the moment. So, for example, if you do badly on a test, you might think, I'm so dumb, I'm not good at anything. Those thoughts can feel true in the moment. Yet, if you step back from the hurt of the poor grade, it's easy to see that those negative thoughts are simply a reaction to the test, not a truth about you. So when negative thoughts start up, try to step back and just observe them. Recognize them as just thoughts, not facts about the world. Your thoughts come and go and change from moment to moment. They do not define you. Now, let me tell you, that is a practice in mindfulness. You have to not get caught up in that downward spiral of thinking negative about yourself. As soon as you realize that, or as soon as you find that you're seeing that start to happen, you want to stop immediately and look at that and honestly assess, is this really true about you? All right. So next we want to challenge your negative thinking. So once you've identified a negative thought, you can gently challenge it in a couple of ways. So one strategy is to look for counter examples. So if you've done badly on a test and start thinking about how dumb you are, stop and think of other times when you performed well on a test or a different skill that you excel at. Another strategy is to logically analyze a situation and make a practical plan for what you will do next time. If you did poorly on the test because you didn't study, then create a specific plan for how you will study more effectively next time. This strategy also works if you're worrying about future events. Instead of losing yourself in a fantasy about the worst possible outcome, challenge yourself to calculate the odds of a negative outcome really happening. Let go of the negative outcomes that can't happen and create a simple, actionable strategy for dealing with those outcomes that could happen. So, for example, if you are nervous about an upcoming speech, your thoughts might go like this: what if I forget everything I want to say? That would be so bad. I would get so embarrassed that I might burst into flames. On logical reflection, it's clear that you can't burst into flames from embarrassment. So you can safely stop worrying about spontaneous combustion. But yes, it is possible that you might forget something that you wanted to say. So what's a reasonable, actionable strategy to prevent that? You could set aside more time to practice or create some point form notes that you can fit on the back of your hand. If you learn to let go of unrealistic worries and develop good plans for handling possible problems, you'll soon break the cycle of overthinking. And if you don't want to write on your hands, have you a index card. There are so many different tools that you can use in that, particular scenario. So, getting help. This is another option. So if none of what I just shared before are helping and overthinking is causing you distress, then it's probably time for you to talk to someone. And I mean, if it's someone that's beyond, say, coaching or mentoring. So a therapist can help you gain control over your overthinking. In particular, cognitive behavioral therapy may be especially useful for overthinkers. Cognitive behavioral therapy is a form of results-focused therapy. It helps you identify negative thought patterns and teaches various techniques for gaining control of your thoughts. So, if you're interested in therapists that specialize in cognitive behavioral therapy, there is an association that you can look up. Google, therapists that, therapist CBT or spell it out, cognitive behavioral therapy, and you can find one hopefully near you. Also, of course, we are in a pandemic at this time, and so if you need to, there are therapists who do virtual sessions. So you don't have to feel like, I need to go and sit on someone's couch face to face. All right. So if you are an overthinker, you know how difficult it can be. When thoughts start to spiral, it can lead to anxiety, depression, and the various physical ailments caused by high stress levels. Fortunately, there are many ways to stop overthinking. Whether you tackle overthinking with logic or with meditation, it's important to keep trying to calm your mind. If all else fails, again, visit a professional who can help you turn off your overthinking and move forward with your life. Okay? So I hope you found this series on overthinking useful to help you, again, to move forward in your life with whatever goals or your purpose or just living day to day. Hopefully these tools will help you. That's the desire. That's the goal. There's no cookie cutter. There's no right or wrong answer. You will never hear me say that, this is it and this is the only thing. No, because there are some things that don't work for people, and that's okay. You have to find out what works for you. So I'm just presenting those various options to you. So, with that said, if you are interested in life coaching, my calendar is open and available. And so I encourage you to check out the link in the description box to set up a discovery call with me to see how I may be able to assist you. Also, if you haven't had an opportunity to download my freebie, that link is also in the description box, and it will take you right over to the page where you're able to download my workbook on identifying your values, which are the foundations for your goals that you set. So I hope that you've enjoyed this series. Let me know in the comments, or if you need to send me a DM, I'd respond quickly as quickly as possible. Until next time, thank you so much. Take care and God bless.